Exercise 22.4. Question number 1. Make X the subject of each formula. Making subject a particular variable means to write it down on left side of the equality with coefficient 1, while all the other variables being written on the right side of the equality. So in part A, when we need to make X the subject, this can be written as X plus BP is equal to M. I shifted both the sides of the equality. Now X is equal to M minus BP. This term has been shifted on the right side, and previously it was being added, and now after being shifted on the right side of the equality, it has got subtracted. So X has been made the subject. Now in part B, uh, let me write down PR minus X is equal to N. I'm going to retain this negative X on the left side while I'm shifting this PR on the right side, which is being added because it has got a positive sign with it. When it will be shifted on the right side, it will become negative PR. But first of all, let me write N and then minus PR. Now, to make X the subject, its coefficient should be positive 1. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply it with negative sign or with negative 1. Negative 1 and negative 1. We have multiplied both sides with negative 1 to have positive X on this side, and in this case it will become negative N and positive PR. So I can write down positive PR first and then negative N. So this is the answer to part B. In part C, which is very simple, I can directly shift 4 to the right side and it will get divided. So X had been made the subject. In part D, when there is X squared and we need to make X the subject, first of all, I'm going to shift this B to the right side to make it positive B. And now, since A is being multiplied, it will get divided. And then the value of X is going to be C plus B divided by A. I need to vanish now this square sign. For that, I need to take square root on both the sides. And when I take the square root, there is a plus and minus sign to be written on the right side. So as a result, I would be left with X on the left hand side, and on the right side, this is C plus B divided by A with a plus minus sign with the square root. So this is how we have made X the subject. So making X the subject or any particular variable the subject is actually to write down that variable on the left hand side with coefficient 1, while rest all other variables written on the other side. So this means that variable has been made the subject. In this case, it is X. Okay. Now let me do for part E. I need to make X the subject. So I'm going to first of all shuffle the sides of the equality. This one. That makes no difference because the left hand side of this equality is equal to this right side. So obviously the right side would be equal to the left side. Okay, now mx would remain as it is. And on the right side, this is d minus 2b divided by rather minus c. First of all, I've shifted this c to this side. And now with x, this m is being multiplied. When it will be shifted on the other side of the equality, it will get divided. So x has been made the subject. For part F, this is straightforward to shift this y to the other side to write down as 3by. So x has been made the subject. Now in part G, first of all, I'll cross multiply this x to write down mx is equal to p, and then I will shift this m to the other side to write down as x equals to p divided by m. Okay. And then for part H, uh, first of all, this n will be shifted to on the right side to make it mx is equal to np. Then to shift this m on the right side of the equality, this will be np divided by m. So x has been made the subject. And then for part I can first of all shuffle the sides 2x divided by k equals to m, and then shifting this k to the other side, 2x is equal to mk, and then shifting this 2 to the right side, it will be mk divided by 2. And finally for part j, first of all, this x would be shifted on the left side to write down as xp is equal to 20, and now p is going to be shifted on the right side to make it 20 divided by p. So in this way, we say that the given variable has been made the subject. Now, in next question, the statement of the question or the keyword for the question is a bit different. Solve for x. But that means the same, that we need to make the variable x as the subject. So in this case, I can write it down as 3 times x plus y is equal to m. And then first of all, shifting this 3 to the right side, m divided by 3. And then this y is to be shifted on the right side, m by 3 minus y. So x has been made the subject, or we have solved this equation for x. We have taken out the value of the variable x. Now in part B, again, I'm going to shuffle the sides first. Now this 4 will be shifted on the right side first, c divided by 4. Now this t will be shifted on the right side to make it c by 4 minus t. And then I need to vanish this negative sign. So I can do it -1 times negative x. And on the right side also, I need to do -1 times c by 4 minus t, so that I can have positive x written on one side of the equality. And when this negative will be multiplied with both of these terms, t will become a positive term and c by 4 will become a negative term. So x has been made the subject, or we have solved the equation for the variable x. Okay. Then for part C, let me shuffle the sides first. Then I'm going to shift this 3 to the right side, y divided by 3. And then I'm going to shift this -5 on the other side to have like this. Answer can be this one, or what we can do is that we can make right side to be written as a single fraction to have a common denominator. So we can have 3y plus 15. Though this is not necessary, We can either have this as the answer, or even if the previous form of the answer, that is also correct. This one is also correct. Okay, then for part D, again, this would be something like as we did in part B, 2r times 3 minus x is equal to r, and then I'm going to shift this 2r on the right side to have r divided by 2r. Now, what I can do is that r can be cancelled out. So now I'm left with 3 minus x is equal to 1 by 2. Now I need to shift this 3 to the right side. Negative x is equal to 1 by 2 minus 3. And negative x now is equal to negative 5 by 2. So now we can multiply on both sides with a negative sign, or conversely, we can understand that x and negative 5 by 2 can have a cancellation of the negative sign to write down x is equal to positive 5 by 2, which can be simplified to 2.5. So we have solved for the variable x. We have made x as a subject, or we have got the value of the variable x. So this is how these questions are to be done. In part E, 4c times x minus y is equal to m. Then x minus y is equal to m divided by 4c, and then x is equal to m divided by 4c plus y. That is its answer. And for part F, I can straight away go with this, shifting this pi r, which is being multiplied with 2r minus x. When I've shifted this pi r on the other side of the equality, it has got divided with the first step. Now, in the next step, either I can shift this negative x to this side to make it a positive term, or I can shift 2r to this side, and then I can multiply on both sides with a negative sign as we did in this previous part. So I think first option would be better. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to shift this negative x to this side to make it positive x plus a divided by pi r is equal to 2r, and then finally shifting this to the other side, x will be equal to 2r minus a divided by r. So that is its answer. 2r minus a divided by pi r. So we have solved for the variable x. Now in question number 3, the statement states express each formula in terms of the variable given in brackets. So in this part A, we need to express this formula in terms of the variable m. That means we need to solve it for m, or we need to make m as the subject of the formula. So whatever the keyword is being used, the main thing that we need to follow is the same. So in question 3 part A, e divided by c square is equal to m. I've shifted this c square, which is being multiplied with m. I've shifted it on the other side of the equality. So m has been made the subject. Now in part B, when I need to make r the subject, with R, P and T are being multiplied and 100 is being divided. So what I'm going to do straightforwardly, I'm going to first of all shift this 100 to the other side. It will get multiplied with I, and P and T both will be divided, and R would be left alone on the other side of the equality. That means R has been made the subject. Okay, in part C, again we need to make M the subject. With M, 2 is being divided. So I'm going to shift this 2 to the other side. It will get multiplied, the first thing. Then with M, V square is being multiplied. So when I will shift this V square on the other side, it will get divided. So this is the value of M, or the formula has been expressed in terms of M. Now in part D, we need to make B the subject. So first of all, shifting this 2 to the other side, 2A is equal to H times A plus B. Now, with this A plus B, when I need to make B the subject, I see that first of all, H is being multiplied with that bracket. So first of all, I need to get rid of this H. So when it will be shifted on the other side, it will get divided. One thing, and now you see that A and B are being added. So I need to shift this A to the other side. So it will get subtracted from the previously written expression 2A minus 2A divided by H. So 2A divided by H minus A, that is the value of B. Then part E, I need to make H the subject, or I need to solve for H, or I need to express this formula in terms of H. So first of all, this 3 will be shifted on the other side of the equality to have 3B is equal to AH. And then H will be equal to 3V divided by A. Then for part F, I need to make H the subject. So in the same way, first of all, I'm going to shift this 3 to the other side to have pi r square H written on the other side. Now pi and r square both are being multiplied with H. So I need to shift them on the other side, and the value of H is 3V divided by pi r squared. Okay, that completes question number 3. Now for question number 4, make X the subject of each formula. This is the statement as we did in question number 1, but now there are some more type of challenging uh, procedures that are being involved, the like the square root or squares. So we need to take care into account like what we need to do. Okay, in part A first, to make X a subject, I'm going to shift this A to the other side to write down M divided by A is equal to X square. And now to vanish this X square, square of X, I need to take square root on both the sides of the equality. And with this, there will be a plus minus sign on the other side, and the value of X is going to be M by A. Then for part B, first of all, this negative I will be shifted to the other side, y plus m or m plus y. That is the same thing. Now again, to get rid of this square sign, I need to take square root sign on both the sides to have plus minus y plus m. and this square actually gets cancelled out with this square root sign logically, mathematically. This is actually because the procedure is the value of this square root sign is 1 by 2. So this happens like this. And because of the rules of indices, when a base has got two powers, both the powers get multiplied. So I need to multiply 2 with 1 by 2 so that x has got power 1 or exponent 1. And on the right side, this is y plus n. So this is actually how we can cancel this square with the square root sign actually. So the value of x is plus minus square root of y plus n. Okay. Then for part C, let me shift this negative x to the other side. Or what I can do is that I can first of all shuffle both the sides and then, or even then, to get rid of this one step of being multiplied, let me do it m minus n, or even I can do that m plus x squared written on the other side by shifting this negative x squared to this side, and on the right side I'm left with n. Now x square will be equal to n minus m by shifting this m to the other side. And now again I need to get rid of this square sign. For that I need to take square root on both the sides. So square root of n minus m, that is the value of x. Then for d, shifting this y to the other side, the value of x square is ay, and then again taking the square root of ay. Then for part E, shifting the c to the other side, it will make AC is equal to bx square, and then shifting this b to this side, AC divided by b. And then to get rid of this square sign, there will be a square root. So this is how we make x the subject. For part F, let me shift this negative b to this side. A plus b squared is equal to x squared. And then I need to take the square root. A plus b square whole square root. That is the value of x. Now in part G, first of all, this x square would be multiplied with m. And then x square will be equal to n by m when I shift m to the other side. And then to get rid of this square, I'm going to take the square root sign n divided by m. Okay, then for part H now. Now you see that x is already there under the radical sign or under the square root sign. So to get rid of this square root, I need to take square on both the sides. Square here and square here. So this square and square root get cancelled out. So that will be xy is equal to m squared. So the value of y is m square. Now I'm going to shift this y to the other side and it will get divided. And here there will be x that I need to make the subject. Okay, then in part I, again, I need to adopt the same procedure. First of all, I will take square. So a square will be equal to 5x. That will vanish the square root sign. And now a square divided by 5, that is the value of x. Then same with part J, taking square on both the sides, y square is equal to x minus z, and then y square plus z, that is the value of x. Same goes for part K. y plus z is equal to radical x, and now taking squaring, or this will give me y plus z whole squared. Don't forget that when you take square, that will be taken as a whole, whatever is their expression on the other side. So the value of x is y plus z whole squared. Now for part L, first of all, I'm going to shift a minus b is equal to c divided by radical x. Now I'm going to cross multiply this radical x to have a minus b is equal to c, and then radical x is equal to c divided by a minus b. And finally, the value of x is going to be c squared divided by a minus b whole squared when I take square on both the sides. So the value of x is c squared divided by a minus b whole squared.